Welcome to the Breakdown. I'm your host, Diane Diamond, avid reader, award-winning literary blogger, and the founder of Diamond's Literary World, which is my footprint in the literary industry. As you guys know, a little over a week ago, I had the honor of attending the National Book Club Conference in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Intercontinental Hotel, hosted by Mr. Curtis Bunn. When we first registered, we received this bag, and inside of the bag was a couple of goodies, which included the program. As you can see, Legacy, Alice Walker; for Strength, Jennifer Lewis; Activism, Attorney Brian Stevenson; and for Power, Terry McMillian. Also, we received a little booklet, Madam President, Dear Madam President, an open letter to the women who will rule the world, by Jennifer Palmieri. I've never heard of her, but I'll let you guys know about it as soon as I am done. Also, we received this book, Black Fortunes, by Shamari Wills, who was also in attendance at the conference. And because I wasn't feeling well on Friday night, I believe he had a session on Friday night. But I just want to say thank you to Mr. Shamari, because he gifted almost 400, or I believe 400 books to everyone who attended the conference. So you guys will be hearing about that. Now, when I first got to the conference on Friday, the first session that I walked into was Terry McMillian. And from Terry McMillian, I received Who Asked You? Don't think I had that one. And I Almost Forgot About You. Now, for each one of these books, you guys know that you will see a video review as well as a written review. So just keep following me at Diamond's Literary World or here on The Breakdown. After Terry McMillian, I'm not sure who I saw, but I'll just show you the books as I pick them up. On the show, on Diamond's World, you know that I had Miss Bernice McFadden. And the reason why I invited her to come on my show was because of this book, The Book of Harlan. For many of you, or if you don't know, The Book of Harlan was a book that was, it was the book club, it was the book of the month with the book club that was started by Dr. Ian Smith and, what's her name, Housewives of Atlanta, Cynthia Bailey. And that's how I was introduced to The Book of Harlan by Bernice L. McFadden. If you don't know anything about The Book of Harlan, go back and look in my videos. You will see my video review for that, and how there were blacks in the German concentration camps right before the Renaissance, the Harlem Renaissance. So that in and of itself was an education to me. You can never learn too much, and it's simply just by picking up a book, you'll be amazed at what you will learn. Praise Song for the Butterflies. This is her latest book. I'm not even sure if it's out yet, but I think it is. Praise Song for the Butterflies. And she's currently working on something else. Thank God, because I love her writing, but then by the same token, I have so much to catch up on. The next session I went to was Miss Tayari Jones. Tayari Jones is New York Times bestseller. Her book was, as you can see, Oprah's Book Club of the Month earlier in the year. And there's been a lot of buzz about this book. She's such a sweet young lady. I loved meeting her. I loved hearing about this book and how it came about. So I can't wait to read that. And also Silver Sparrow is another book by Tayari Jones. I believe I have 2 other books of hers on my Kindle. Now, there's a young lady that I met a couple of years ago at the National Book Club Conference, and we've been Facebook friends. Well, I think I was a fan of hers long before I was a Facebook friend, but then became a Facebook friend, and now I can actually say I love this lady, and that is Miss Suzetta Perkins. If you watch the snippets of my videos from Jennifer Lewis, you will see Suzetta is in there a couple of times. So this is her this is the next to latest release, which is Free to Love, and her latest release is Two Down, The Inconvenient Truth. Now, in one of these books, I'm not sure which, Diane and Diamond's Literary World are mentioned. When I come across it, I will let you guys know. You know, I love to show it off because I'm so humbled and I'm so thankful. I'm always grateful for the love that authors show me in their books. Now, moving on to a man I was introduced to last year. Cannot get enough. I'm talking about Dr. Daniel Black. He is a professor. I believe it's Clark Atlanta University in Atlanta. But this was my introduction to him, Perfect Peace. If you're not familiar with the book, I do have a video out. Perfect Peace. In a nutshell, seventh baby, born to parents who were sharecroppers, 6 boys. Mother wanted a girl. And so she decided that her 7th child was going to be a girl. And he was actually a boy. That's all I'm going to say. Go pick up Perfect Peace. The Coming speaks of the journey of many of our forefathers coming over from Africa and the things that they had to endure. There are some things I've known about this book for quite some time, and I have to mentally prepare myself for it. And if you're not sure, go look up Dr. Daniel Black, The Coming, here on YouTube, and you will be moved. That's all I'm going to say. You will be moved by that particular book. So when I read it, I'm sure I'm going to have so much to share with you. Another one of his titles is The Sacred Place. And I'm not exactly sure which one, what this one is about. And I did actually have another copy of this, but I gifted it to my book buddy, Mary. I hope she enjoys. And They Tell Me of a Home, which is book 1. I believe book 2 is 12 Gates of the City. But of course, the ladies bought it out by the time I could get to it. So I'm sure I'll get that at a later date. But I've got enough to catch up on with Dr. Daniel Black. I met a young lady some years ago. And this was my first time purchasing anything from her. If you're not familiar with Avery Good, please go and look her up. Connect with her. She has the sweetest spirit I think I've ever seen. And she is the author of a few books. And from her, I got Dishonest. I think this is her latest. Dishonest, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it. Head Doctor. Pillow Princess 1 and 2. There are 2 parts to this book. And I was going to stop there, but Avery convinced me that I needed to pick up Crying Meadows. So I did. When she told me the synopsis, I picked up Crying Meadows. And it's going to be a little different for me, but you know, we have to think outside the box. Now, there were 2 young ladies there who, one was a children's author and one was writing YA. And I decided to give them a try because that's the newest thing that I'm getting into. And you'll hear a little bit more about that later on down the road. But for these two young ladies, Love Thy Enemies by Melanie D. Phillips and The Power of You by Shanita Rousey. So when I tell you, you know, one of these, I'm not sure which one, is a series for teens, you know, talking about bullying and teen dating and, you know, abuse and all kinds of things. And so I'm just anxious to find out about that, because our children go through so many things that we don't even know about, that they're scared to come home and share with us. And so we need to be able to communicate with them, talk to them about some of the things that are going on in their world. So I'm always excited about learning new things, as I told you before. So that, guys, is the damage that was done at National Book Club Conference. I did pick up a couple of copies of Bishop from Mr. Blacktop, because Blacktop was supposed to be at a couple of other events that were canceled, and so my reading buddies didn't have them. I did. Why not? That's what we do. We share the love. And so there you have it. I don't know when I'll get to them. I'm just going to be honest with you. You know, you guys have seen my bookshelf, but as long as I have them, I will never run out of stuff to read. I will always have something new to learn, and I will always have something to discuss with the author. Now, out of these, I know that I invited Dr. Daniel Black, who agreed to come on the show, as well as Suzetta Perkins to return to Diamond's World. So stay tuned for that. And of course, stay tuned for the reviews. And, you know, as always, thank you for taking the time to spend with me, to step into my world, you know, and find out about these books. You guys take my recommendations very serious. I'm starting to find that out more and more as I read the comments, as I meet you at events. And let me just say this. I had a young lady just comment and tell me, you probably didn't realize that I walked up to you in New York. Please walk up to me. Let me know who you are. You know who I am. Let me know who you are. I love to put a face to a name. Let's take a picture so I can document it, so I know who you are. And I keep that for various reasons. All of my pictures tell a story. All of my videos tell a story. So I love to share you all with those who support me. So until next time, guys, happy reading and be blessed.